Last year's NXT deadline has been a huge success to the NXT brand, and they're bringing back to this year, bringing back the Iron Survivors match for both the men and the women. What a way to kick off to end the WWE Premium Live event, or should I say pay-per-view in my perspective. Today's video, we're going to be doing a prediction video for NXT Deadline, and before I get started, hey there, I'm your girl Sienna Chanel, or Essie for short. If you're new to this channel, welcome. You've probably seen me like around TikTok or Instagram, whichever. And if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, hit the bell for notification, and share the video, y'all. I mean, this is like the first ever prediction video for this channel, and I figure why not to go into full detail instead of like posting like, a short clip or just a picture with a circle, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and kick it off to it. We have like 7 matches total, and we got one pre-show match. So first things first, we have is Axan versus Nathan Frasier. So they were supposed to be having a match, and right in the middle of the match on the last episode of NXT, of course, it got interrupted by all the female participate for the Women's Iron Survivors match into like a whole brawl, and therefore Axiom and Nathan couldn't able to finish it. Now, I have a feeling that Axiom will be calling up maybe next year, because like he did appear on WWE SmackDown a couple weeks back where he had a match against Dragon Lee, and that match was fire, y'all. And for that, I'm actually going to be going towards Nathan Frazier just to give him more of a monumental. And plus, he had like a really good year. He won the Heritage Cup, despite the fact that there was like a feud going on between him and Noam Dar and Metaphor, and unfortunately he lost. And he's actually elevating his character more, so we've seen his gimmick rising. So I am going to be going with Nathan Frazier. Next up, you have is the main card right here, and this is going to be in no particular order. So you have is Lex King versus Carmelo Hay. So there has been a beef going on between Melo and Lex King ever since there has been an accusation of Lexus attacking Trick Williams, causing him the opportunity. But then there has been like a whole lot of like accusation left or right that Melo did it, that he's the one that actually like, recruit Lexus to attack Trick, and this and that. And it seems like a very compelling story though. For that, I'm having like a hard decision because this is Lex King premium live event / pay-per-view debut match ever. Carmelo Hayes, definitely he needs to get his monumental. I mean, he had a really good year this year being the NXT champion, and amazing matches he done. So for that, I would say I'm going to go with Melo. I mean, he is him, right? So I'm going to go with Melo. But anyway, you have is the steel cage match between Kiana James and Roxan Perez. They have been beefing for quite a while. Rubber matches left and right. Opportunity has been caused, and for that, I'm really looking forward to this. Both ladies had a very incredible year. Roxanne Perez, winning the NXT Women's Champion. Of course, she did lose at NXT Stand and Deliver. And of course, Kiana James becoming the one half of the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Fallon Haley, but unfortunately they did lose to Isla Dawn and Alba Fire at the time before like the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion did unify. But yeah, but I mean, it was a hard pick to choose, and for that, I'm gonna lean towards Roxanne Perez, so that way she can finish off ending this whole rubber match going on with Kiana James and just move forward. But I'll be cool if Kiana James like won, because I'll make sure that she's like one of the most dominant heel, and her gimmick, I freaking love her gimmick. But hey, I'm actually leaning towards Roxanne Perez, so there you go. Next up, you have and there's 2 title matches going on in this card. So for the title matches, I'm gonna start off with the NXT North American Championship match between the current champ representing the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. Supposedly, Wesley were the one that's going to be competing against Dom for the title, but unfortunately, he did announce on the last episode of NXT that Wesley sustained an injury and he's going to be out between 8 to 12 months, which sending much love and prayers to Wesley. So for that, he recruited, with the help of Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee. Now, I do have my qualms because Dom and Dragon Lee are both now in the main roster. I mean, Dominic Mysterio, main roster on Monday Night Raw, but he came to NXT and then he won the North American title, not once, but twice. And then you have Dragon Lee, who just got drafted to SmackDown like a month or two ago. Like, what? This is like one of the things that I'm kind of like grasping into reality when it comes to the WWE draft, because like, what is the whole point of the WWE draft? Because it started became meaningless, but that's just my take on it as well, where like you're supposed to have like the NXT stars staying, especially like other roster, but then you're having like some of the wrestlers going to different brands. Like, why? But I'll save my tangent for some other time, you know. When it comes to both competitors, I mean, this match is going to be straight up fire. Regarding with like the situation going on, especially Wesley is now unable to compete and will be gone for like X amount of time to recover. I hate to say it, I do see Dominic Mysterio retaining the NXT North American title. So for that, I'm going with Dom, though. I mean, I'll be cool with Dragon Lee winning the North American titles. That way we can set up for, like, you know, a possible feud with Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee, which technically Dragon Lee is like, well, technically he should be the member of LWO by the time of the recording of the video, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm going with Dom Mysterio to retain the title, and we're going to be seeing some help from the members of Judgment Day, possibly Rhea Ripley or JD McDonough or anyone that'll appear. But anyway, even though there has been a friction going on with Judgment Day, if you've seen like on past episode Monday Night Raw, but yeah. Anyway, now the NXT Championship match between Ilya Dragunov versus Baron Corbin. And forgive me if I mispronounce Ilya's name and last name, but bear with me. I'm really looking forward to this match the most, especially testing this huge high caliber. Baron Corbin was the one that did attack Ilya Dragunov and other members of NXT, but then it's like, you know, this whole mystery attacker going on, who attacked Trick Williams. Baron Corbin has nothing to do with it or whatever, but I'm looking for to see how these two can collide together. But for that, I'm actually going to go with Ilya to retain the title because I know there's going to be more noteworthy opponent for him, especially for next year's NXT Premium Live event / pay-per-view. But hey, I'm here for it though. So anyway, we're going to be moving on to the Iron Survivor Challenge. That's right. We're going to kick off with the women's first. So the following participate is Tiffany Stratton, Lash Legend, Blair Davenport, Kaylani Jordan, and Fallon Haley. I'm excited for the participant, and especially all these ladies did have a really incredible year. I mean, you have Lash Legend, who actually finally made it on TV, while her and Jakara Jackson teaming up, and they joined Metaphor alongside Noam Dar and Ora Meza, which Metaphor has been one of the dominant faction in NXT, I'm just saying. I mean, and then you have Blair just made her return, and she's the one that was mystery attacking some of the female star, which, of course, some of the female stars are currently out with an injury. And I know that she's the one that did attack Nikita Lyons a couple months back while she was a mystery attacker. But I know that for Blair, she's going to be starting out a feud with Nikita since now Nikita came back. And of course, she did roundhouse kick her. But yeah. And then you have Tiffany Stratton. Incredible run as the NXT Women's Champion at the time. And unfortunately, she did lose to Becky Lynch, unfortunately. But she did have a really solid run in NXT, especially as a champion. Then you have Kalani Jordan, one of the most breakout star in NXT, which she did debut alongside with Dana Brooks, which this is before Dana was one of the few that got released from WWE a couple months back. And so she's on her own. And she was a semifinalist for the Breakout Star Tournament for the women's side, but then she lost to Lola Vice. Maybe this is her monumentum. Who knows? And then Fallon Haley, she did won the second chance match. However, she did have a really incredible run as well, too. Like, you know, being one half of the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Kiana James, but of course, like, it was so short-lived because, like, they were building up with this whole, like, feud between them and Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen. Like, it was so crazy. This like pure entertainment between Kiana and Brooks Jensen, like that storyline in particular earlier this year. And so she's getting her momentum back. And I love like, her, tagging along with Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen. But then who do I think will win? Regarding with like some of the stars that are going on with like this prospective feuds and storyline that's gonna be developed, I would say I'm gonna go with two picks. My primary pick, I do see Blair Davenport winning. It would make sense. So that way, her winning the Iron Survivor Challenge for the women, that way she can continue on with the feud with Nikita Lyon and then build up to where she can get the title opportunity against the current NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. So that's my first pick. And then my second pick, I do see her getting this huge opportunity, but then anything could come aligned because, mind you, Lola Vice is the NXT Women's Breakout Star contract holder, so she can cash in anytime for the NXT Women's Champion or the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Anything can go. So for my second pick, I'm going with Fallon Haley. So that's right, Blair Davenport, my primary pick, and my secondary pick is Fallon Haley. Now, for the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge, you have is Dijak, Trick Williams, Josh Briggs, Braun Breaker, and Tyler Bate. And this is a stacked roster of these competitors. And oh my god, I am super looking forward to it. I know there's like more prospective feuds going on, like Dijak. Of course, the feud between him and Eddie Thorpe is not over yet. And then you have Braun Breaker that is like still kind of like going on, trying to be the biggest SOB in all NXT, especially like, his brief feud going on with like Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and others. Josh Briggs, and of course, he's trying to prove himself that he is not the underdog, even though he was one half of the NXT UK's tag team champion at the time, alongside Brooke Jensen, like years ago during the pandemic. Just saying. Tyler Bate, I feel like Tyler Bate deserved to have like more opportunity. He's been teaming with like other stars, different feuds for that. Regarding with who I think will win, and especially Trick Williams, Trick is going through a lot with him and Carmelo Hayes, especially with this whole like who attacked Trick Williams, accusing him or Lex King. But I feel like with Trick Williams, because he had a really incredible year, he is like one of the most breakout star of 2023 in NXT, especially who won the NXT North American Championship, for like a short stint until he lost to Dominic Mysterio. But for that, I feel that Trick Williams should be the one that should win the Men's Iron Survivors Challenge. So I have Trick Williams as my primary pick. My secondary pick, it's gonna be a no-brainer, Braun Breaker. So yeah, you gotta have like a top heel to win this Iron Survivors match, especially like, maybe another possible match between him and Ilya Dragunov. So I have primary pick is Trick Williams, secondary pick is Braun Breaker. So yeah, you guys. And to run over one more time who are my picks, so the pre-show match, Axan versus Nathan Frasier. I got Nathan Frasier. For Carmelo Hayes versus Lex King, I got Mello. Steel cage match, Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. I got Roxanne Perez. The NXT North American Championship match, I got Dominic Mysterio to retain. The NXT Championship match, I got Ilya Dragunov to retain. The Iron Survivors match for the women's, my primary pick is Blair Davenport. My secondary pick is Fallon Haley. And for the men's Iron Survivors Challenge match, I got Trick Williams, my primary pick, and my secondary pick, Braun Breaker. And there you have it, everyone. My predictions for NXT Deadline, which is going to be airing this Saturday, of course, on Peacock, or if you're international, the WWE Network. So yeah, you guys, what do you guys think of this? Are you excited for Deadline and everything that's going on? Comment down below. Let's interact and whatnot. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, hit that bell button for like notification of when I'm going to be dropping the new video. I'll be doing more in thorough predictions video here on this channel more instead of like posting it. I'll be posting like, a little bit of clips like on both my TikTok page and my IG page so that way I can get some traffic here and whatnot. But hey, like this video, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notification, and also my socials are in the link down description bar below. And yeah, you guys, so that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. This is your girl, Sienna Chanel, or SC for short. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, night, or whichever. Take care, and etc., y'all.